Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. It's Lemurian Donna Carol. I hope you're all doing well. And I'm just going to welcome everybody in the chat. Um, I have been doing very well. Uh, and I got a little bit of a break, a little bit of rest. So that was good over the weekend. Tonight I am channeling Archangel Zadkiel. Okay. All right. So tonight I am channeling an archangel, Archangel Zadkiel, spelled with a Z, and he's known as an angel of mercy. So essentially, we are going to bring him in. He's going to bring us a message, and I'm feeling like I would like to channel some of the lesser known archangels, Archangel Daniel, Haniel, Jophiel, um, Raguel. So I will be doing those channelings in the upcoming weeks. I'm also being called to do a retreat, meaning a Lemurian retreat. I am being called to do a Lemurian retreat in Hawaii, either on Maui or Kauai in 2024. This is just an idea in my head. I've had it for a few years, but I would like to do a retreat for Lemurians, by Lemurians, basically to connect to the Mother Goddess in her homeland, to connect to the crystal, the Mother Crystal of ancient Lemuria out there, to connect to your Lemurian guides in Hawaii, and the dolphins, the whales, and the nature divas. So, yeah, I'm thinking 2024 in about a year. And I'm really looking forward to sponsoring that. I am going through some intense healing right now, which is very good. Emotional healing, physical healing, all types of healing. And it's necessary. It's necessary actually for all of us to take the time to do our healing work. Sometimes we would rather go out and have fun or, work or whatever, because sometimes the healing work can be difficult and painful. But once you release those energetic blocks in your body, you will be so much better off. And so, I've done tons and tons of different modalities. For release work, I found that breath work, circular breath, is the best for me. I've done Reiki, IET. Um, I can't even remember. I can't even remember all the different therapies, talk therapy, etc. And I feel like this is the year. This is the year that I'm going to really do the final healing work, where I can be in a totally different frame of mind and state of mind next year or towards the end of this year. And that will be great for the retreat. So, yeah, that will be great. Um, I've been asked to participate in a Lemurian retreat in California in June, so I'm looking forward to that. But I really do have the calling to put my own thing together with different speakers who I know are Lemurian, because at some of these conferences, there are people speaking that really don't carry the Lemurian energy, and they're really not Lemurian, from my opinion. So I want to make it as authentic as possible. All right, so right now I am bringing in Archangel Zadkiel. Thank you for joining me on Monday night. I will be channeling on Monday nights. Last week, I put the show up. I did an appearance on Straight Talk for the Soul last Monday, and I put that show up as the channeling for Monday night, because I was really very, very tired and wasn't really up to channeling. And also, I have been called to kind of stop doing the shows. I'm going to do one more show in April, and then I'm going to take a break because my guides want me to finish my book. My book is finished for the most part as far as the writing, but I need to edit it, publish it, and get it out there. And doing these shows, as wonderful as it is, it's a distraction from me finishing the book. So I'm planning on moving, finishing the book, publishing the book, and then hopefully the shows will have me back. If not, it's okay. I'll do my own thing and, basically produce the retreat. But the book is interesting because it's about the division of the spiritual worlds. Basically, when the book is channeled from Lucifer, the Lucifer that returned to heaven, and it is his perspective and his viewpoint regarding when he left the spiritual worlds, the higher frequency worlds, and created his own kingdom. And then he tells a story what happened to him subsequently and his followers. He talks about his work before he left heaven, and then he talks about coming back. And I mentioned before, several of his soul fragments are back. Not all of him is back in totality. So it's interesting because he talks about the New Age and he talks about the Venusians coming to the planet. Everything is from his perspective, and he has a pretty wide lens, okay? And basically what happened is fragments of Lucifer have come back, come back, come back. Of course, the Mother Goddess has been incarnating since ancient Lemuria. I think I mentioned before that one of her incarnations was Jesus Christ. And in that incarnation, Lucifer was Mary Magdalene, and he came back to heaven in that incarnation after Yeshua was crucified. So many people think that Mary Magdalene is the twin flame of Yeshua. That is incorrect. The twin flame is Mother Mary. And Mother Mary was Yeshua's mother in that lifetime, not her twin flame, because the specific soul mission was to bring Lucifer back, and to have the most intimate relationship that two souls can have would be as husband and wife or as intimate partners. So long story short, Mary Magdalene came back, and then subsequent incarnations of Lucifer have come back. So the Mother Goddess will be physically present in Lemuria when you and I and different people ascend to Lemuria, which is basically the ascension. Going to New Earth is like going to the old Lemuria with a few more Venusians around. But what I'm trying to say is that the Mother Goddess will not be back. She will not be coming back to duality, third dimensional Earth, none of that, because there's enough of Lucifer in the heavenly realms at this point that in the future he is the one that's going to be coming back and bringing the rest of his fragments and the rest of the fallen angels and fallen humanity back to the higher dimensions. After this ascension, the Mother Goddess is not going to be physically incarnated in duality upon Earth. So her soul mission will be completed in the lower dimensions, and it will be up to Lucifer to bring the rest of his people back. And actually that makes sense, because if they're going to follow anyone, they're going to follow him, right? So that's what the book is about. And it's about 100 pages, and it talks about his role, his work, the broad sweeping history, the battles, his mental state, all of it. So it's a pretty interesting book. And yes, I did channel Lucifer, and Lucifer, of course, was in heaven and redeemed at that point. I would not channel the Luciferian energy that is satanic or opposing God. That would be a lot to deal with, and I don't see the purpose in that. So All right, so that being said, I want to say bonjour, hello, welcome, thank you for being here. And we are going to bring in Archangel Zadkiel. And I channeled him once before years ago, so we'll see what he has to say this time. If you have some selenite, go ahead and grab that. Otherwise, just get into a relaxed position and receive the energy from this archangel. At this time, I would like to bring in my highest and best healing and channeling guides. I'm bringing in Archangel Raphael, Archangel Zadkiel, yes, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Michael, Archangel Ariel. I'm asking for thousands and thousands and thousands of warrior protection angels around myself, around all of the angels, around all of the viewers, whether they are listening at this time or listening to a recording. I ask that the angels block all negative entities, energies, and thought forms. I ask that Zadkiel please come in clearly with a healing message for the collective. And I bring in the Lemurian Mother Goddess, and I'm asking her to oversee all of these channeled messages that I'm doing now and in the future, but please oversee this one with Zadkiel. Amen. Greetings, this is your friend, Archangel Zadkiel, and I am very, very pleased to be with you here tonight as I bring in a message of hope and redemption. Before that message comes through, though, I would like to lift your frequency, and so we bring in many angels that will work with your guardian angel, and we ask them to help you rise in frequency, lifting you out of any negative emotions, any type of grief, despair, anger, obsession, compulsion. We would like you to be in a peaceful state to receive the energy of the angels and to receive my message. So here we go, and we lift you, and you can just sit in meditation as the angels work with your field and bring you into a higher frequency. Very good. Thank you for participating. We are so happy that you are here with us, and we would like to give you a message. When I was a young angel, and yes, we have gained in stature and wisdom over the eons of time that we have been working with the angelics, light beings and other realities, and humans. But when I was a young angel, of course, in heaven, we were quite idealistic, very idealistic. And we thought that any type of injury, any type of bruising of feelings, or any type of harm could be undone with kind words and um, condolences, yes. But we have come to realize that with humanity, this is not always the case. Kind words and condolences may take the edge off of a hurt or a perceived injustice. But if a barbed word or an act of violence, an injury, an insult comes into you from another, and it hurts you, meaning that you have opened your heart to it, you took that perceived insult in, then the energy will stay with you until it is released. And we would say easier in than out. It's easier to take in energy sometimes than to expel it. But essentially, when you take in words, actions, or intentions from another, sometimes so-called assaults do not even have to be verbal. They can just be thoughts. Have you not sat on your couch or on your bed just so angry with someone about some perceived injustice, about some situation, and it goes on over and over in your head obsessively, but you had the sense not to lash out or talk to that person. You had the sense to uh, keep your reaction to yourself until you possibly were in a better place. But yet, the cycling of the emotion, of the energy, is still impacting you. You might get a raised heart level, raised blood pressure. You might get obsessive about thinking about an injustice instead of doing more positive um, actions in your life. And so all humans have experienced these types of scenarios. When that energy comes into your system, it will stay with you until it's released. So in a couple days, you may have forgotten about the incident, or you let it go, or you think you've let it go. You let the perceived incident leave you like water off a duck's back. But the reality is, energetically, it is still within your body, and it will get lodged within your heart or within your liver or within your lungs, wherever you have a weakness in the body. It will take in negative energy or uh, negative words from somebody, and it will get lodged in that area. So that's why some people have weak weak livers, because they've kept a lot of negative energies in those livers over the years. So what I am trying to communicate is that it is not enough to talk with someone and say, okay, yes, we had a misunderstanding. Let's forgive and forget and go on our way. The reality is whenever you have a disagreement or you get into a state of low frequency because you have an unpleasant exchange with someone, it will trigger those unresolved hurts within your body. It will trigger that unresolved pain in your body from when you were 7 years old and your babysitter told you that you were too rambunctious and because of your high energy, you were unlovable. So all of these things get stored and then they get triggered subsequently when someone talks to you or you interact with someone and the emotion starts to come up and roar again. So what to do? The only way to heal is to work on yourself energetically. You must access those deep wounds within your physical body, all of the hurts, all of the pain, all of the emotions that you have stuffed because they were too painful. They must be brought up. And this happens as you go through the process of ascension and enlightenment. But it is not enough to sing pleasant songs in church. It is not enough to meditate and get into a high frequency. You actually have to dig out those nuggets of impressions locked within your body in your field. If you don't do that, you will keep cycling over and over and over again, and you will be locked into a frequency. It's not one particular frequency that you will be locked in, but you will be locked into a bandwidth of frequencies that you have called your home. So to get into a higher frequency, you have to dig deep and unlodge and release all of the wounds, all of the hurts, all of the pain that you have experienced so that you can go to a much higher frequency. This is the key because nature will fill a vacuum once you release all of those school-age traumas. At that point, you will connect directly to source and divine Christ consciousness energy will come into those areas because there is a vacuum. And nature does not like a vacuum. It will fill it up with something. So you have to fill it up if you want to evolve with the highest energy possible. And so I help people do this. I guide them to the right people, the right places, and the right experiences for them to let go of old grudges, old hurts, old woundings. Many people do not do this until they're on their deathbed. When they're on their deathbed, believe me, they are not considering the betrayal from their wife 25 years ago. They are considering what's next on their plate, where they're going, their relationship with God. They realize they have to release control. They have to surrender to the processes of death. And so all of these things that were so important 5 years ago, 10 years ago, are irrelevant. People are not considering all of the properties that they own and all of the money that they made and all of the fame and notoriety that they experienced in their lives on their deathbed. As an angel and an angel of mercy, I would like to see everybody healed, everybody forgiven. To hold on to grudges, to hold on to negative experiences, to keep that frequency in your body is only harming you. And this is what the archangels are here for, to help you get beyond all of these human traumas. You, as light workers, have probably been here many lifetimes. And many times as light workers, you are humiliated or you have been humiliated by the collective. You are not seen, you are not heard, You are not valued. Your ideas and your theories and your way of being is not respected. And so you have carried deep woundings with you that you brought into this lifetime. This is the shift and the time and the space to release these woundings. It is time for you to make your healing your number one priority. You do not want to be that individual who lies on their deathbeds thinking, I don't know, I can't give up my life. I need more time. I need more time to make amends. And if those people that you have conflict with, your family members, your relatives, your old friends, are not present or cannot hear your words of reconciliation and forgiveness, then you can do this work calling me in or any of the archangels to help you facilitate the release. You must have mercy on the souls that are not as developed as you are, and you must have mercy on the situations caused by the ego and the duality on the life plane. You must have mercy for yourself. Forgive yourself for all of the things that you did to trespass against others. Humans are not perfect. And I believe it was Yeshua that said, do not throw stones at glass houses, or if you live in a glass house, don't throw stones. So you understand the old saying is to forgive, to err is human, but to forgive is divine. It takes much more energy, much more willpower, much more sticking to the high road, taking the highest option available to forgive. And we cannot forgive everybody in one day, but start taking the time to forgive and have mercy on those who have trespassed against you. This is what Jesus did on the cross. He said, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And this is what we are called to do in this lifetime. It does not mean that you need to go back and set yourself up again to receive hurtful remarks or injustice. If there is someone that is causing this pain in your life and you're ready to release that person and that karma, by all means, please do so. We suggest that you hang out with the highest frequency friends possible and live in the highest frequency spaces possible and eat the highest frequency foods possible. But if you are caught in that swimming of this person is not treating me respectfully, this person is not being fair, then I can guarantee you that you are being triggered from your childhood, from your teenage years, of other experiences where you have felt slighted, where you have felt like you were not being treated fairly and that there was some injustice. So if you are getting triggered by people in the outer world, no matter who they are, it means you have healing to do, that you have not done it all, that you need to go in deeper, you need to release deeper. It would be good to get on a schedule where you are doing your healing work at least once a week. Time is of the essence. You are not going to be in these bodies forever, and you are not going to have the opportunities to heal like this that you have in this lifetime, mainly because of the shift, because of going from duality to unity consciousness, of going from the third dimensional world to the fifth and higher. So take advantage of these times. Take advantage of the power of the archangels, of Christ, of Mother Mary, of all the beings, the realized masters, and the light beings that are here to help you. Pay attention to where your thoughts are, what you're thinking, what you're doing. Pay attention to who you are hanging out with, and pay attention to how you spend your time. Time is a valuable thing, and spending your time wisely is very productive. And it is our opinion in the angelic world that there is no better use for your time than healing your emotional body, healing yourselves. Because once you release all of that gunk within, you will be filled with the energy of the God force, and you will be well on your way to enlightenment, and you will be living a heavenly life upon earth. It is possible. Humans have done this before. We also say to have mercy, have compassion for those who are not quite at the stage where they are compassionately forgiving others for their wrongs. Have compassion for others, because the reality is you cannot see the long string of events that have come between you and another soul for lifetimes, even where it was tit for tat. You hurt that person hurt you, and it went back and forth for 11 lifetimes. The channel has talked about how she does readings, and many of the clients, well, some of the clients have issues with their children, um, very difficult relationships. And she looks in, she's reading, actually channeling the Akashic record, and she can see that this difficult relationship, conflictive relationship, goes back 10,000 years. Since Atlantis. So in 10,000 years, these two souls have not stood up and said, enough is enough. I'm going to heal this once and for all. I am going to take out all of the karma, all of the hurt, all of the conflict from my body, from my field, give it up to God, and be filled with that pure love, that unconditional love that is your true divine essence. Don't go another 10,000 years. Don't go another 1,000 years. Don't go another 100 years. Do the work now. Do the work now. Now is the time. This is the time to heal. And so that is my message for you today. If you cannot have mercy on your fellow human being and you don't feel the compassion, go into a state of contemplation. Call in Archangel Zadkiel. Call in Archangel Raphael, Shamuel, Michael, Ariel, Uriel, Jophiel, Daniel, Raguel. Call in any of the angels to work with you, and we will help soften your heart as we love you. And we love all humans. We love all humans, regardless of their past actions, their present day actions, where they've been, or how they're getting along. And we offer our services to them, but many do not take us up on these offers. Take us up on our offers. Work with the angels, the angelic energy, and heal yourselves this lifetime. And now we would like to offer some music from our realm to your realm. And we are bringing in musical notes, celestial music for your ears. And you may or may not hear this, but we are doing this nonetheless. And this is our way of keeping your frequency high and keeping you supported. So please close your eyes and just sit with us as the choral angels bring in some healing music for you. And so this is our message, my message, and the message from the angels for you tonight. We send you our greatest blessings, our highest love. My name is Archangel Zadkiel. I would be so pleased to commune with you, and I am so pleased to support you in your healing process. And I am pleased to offer my energy to help you develop more tolerance, more mercy, and more compassion for humans and all life in your reality. So I sign off, I say adieu, and I say be well and have a beautiful week. Have a beautiful life. Namaste. And now your channel will come home. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that is Archangel Zadkiel. What a beautiful message, and one that I am really, really taking into my heart and really considering. Hey, I want to heal completely. I don't want to come around again. I want to live in love, unconditional love, and I want to develop more tolerance and compassion for my brothers and sisters. So it made total sense for me. And like I said, I hope to bring in more of the angelic energy, channeling some of the other archangels. I hope that you are doing well, feeling good, working on your healing, however that happens for you. And I send you my love and my support for all of your healing processes. Just remember to call on the angels when you can. They're so benevolent and powerful. And I'm signing off, and I will catch you next Monday. Thank you. Bye-bye.